Every time it's this windy out, I think of that scene from A Fantastic Woman. It's so seasonal. So look at the leaf. Look at this leaf. Look at it though. It's fall. Hello. It's very windy, so I'm sure I sound great. I thought I'd take you on a what do they call them? A tour. I thought I could take you on a tour of my special place, which is a little park that no one goes to. So over here we have the swing set. Sorry, it's windy and that freaked me out. Over here we have the swing set. When I get in fights, I act like a little kid. So I come here and I sit on the swings because no one's here, and then I listen to Phoebe Bridgers cry the whole time. No, I'm just joking, I don't cry. But I do sing along. I'm like, you are sick, you're married, you might be dying. Let's see. I'm sitting against this wall here. I made a short film called Jaywalking, which you should watch because it's pretty good. And I spent a lot of time on it. But for some reason there was a folding chair here, and I was able to look over the wall, and you'll not guess what's over it. It's a deer head, and there you go. There are also cars. There's always cars here, but there's never anybody here. I can only assume they're hooking up in the bathrooms. Bathroom, by the way, it has a very great sinister energy. One urinal, no soap ever. There has never been hand soap in that bathroom ever. So you're really taking your life into your hands with that one. Here's a staircase over here. Yes. I drew it actually for my web series. Sometimes there's teenagers sitting there and they intimidate me, so I leave. The last time that happened, they offered me weed and they kept calling me sir, which made me feel very old. There's also this little beautiful grassy area, except that they cut down all the frickin' trees. Used to have this little creek runs through it. I guess they did that so homeless people wouldn't sleep there, which they still do. It's just we don't have trees anymore. I think the thing is that screwing over homeless people is already bad, like very bad, and I don't want you to get that twisted. But I see it happen a lot where they try to do it and they fail, so it's like they just make everything worse for everybody. Like there was a place near the Gateway Mall where they mowed down a homeless shelter, and they're like, we're gonna get rid of the homeless. The homeless are still there, they just sleep outside now instead of in a shelter. So I tried flying kites once here. It's really windy today, I should do it today, but it didn't work that time. And then I forgot there's this garden. My mom signed up for it once and then she never grew anything there, which is very slay. We have a little this thingy, which reminds me of being a kid. I used to go to this, Memorial Grove or something, and it was in Payson, which is where I grew up. And they used to have one of those, and all the cool kids hung out there. And this is a tree, which also reminds me of growing up. When I was a kid at elementary, I'm gonna censor that so you can't dox me. My favorite spot used to be a tree like this where it was cut so you could sit on it. Is that fun? There is a notable aroma. Like, look at that. Like, look at that. And you can walk all around, and there's graffiti. There was a graffiti here that said New World Order once. There are bugs here, and did you ever notice that there weren't bugs for like 3 years? And then the pandemic happened, and now there's bugs everywhere. So right here we have the dooley-doo. So this is Mill Creek, which is named after a mill that's about a mile or two east. Here's some birds. There's always ducks here. This, I think, is the quintessential old man bench. I read a book, I think it was probably The Lost Language of Cranes, and that book is really sad. This place is also flanked by like 2 different nurseries. This one's Mill Creek, you can see. Well, you can't at all actually. And then Empire is over here. And they vintage soda machine there, and it looks neat. This is the garden. It's cool, but there was a sign that said "Let's go Brandon," and I was so tempted to do something about it. But they have all these signs that are like, "We will call the police," and I believe them. Mill Creek again. This is a different angle. We all live downstream. So girl boss, like. I think I look really friendly, and I can't tell if it's the mustache or the big nose. But I am friendly, so... Well, I'm gonna leave. But thank you.